Howdy doody. So yesterday was see, I keep saying so all the time. Yesterday was 1 year ago that I started the YouTube channel, and I did TikTok a little bit later. I don't know that it's like I like it that much. That's not really why I started this. I started it because like my cup runneth over, and I wanted to bring other people with me. I wanted to pay it forward because people on YouTube put themselves out there, and this is quite embarrassing and makes you expose yourself, you know, intimate details about yourself, and I just wanted to pay that forward. I wasn't looking for perfection or anything. As you can see, look at my channel. I'm also saying that's something I've learned throughout this year. When you watch yourself, it is so cringy. It's awful. But you do learn things like, I do that a lot. I'm trying to stop, or I say so all the time. Trying to stop that. If you're still with me and you put up with all my ramblings. See, other people, how do you stay on topic? It's like, you know, there's this thing in writing called info dump. I want to do that in every video. I want to just tell you everything I know, everything that helped me. But I guess it's just going to have to trickle out of my mouth. Today I want to talk about goals. Okay, so there's yearly, monthly, weekly. Like, I got my little weekly, what I want to do. And this gets done, I mean, 60% of it is solidly getting done. And the rest of it, I either have to let it go or modify it. Yeah. So let's see. Last year, my yearly goal was to start the YouTube channel and to get a pull-up, or be able to do one. And I don't know why. Anybody ever seen the movie Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone? And in the beginning, you know, he drops his wife, or he can't pull her up. And I just always wanted to, I thought if I could do a pull-up, if I was in that situation, which I'm never going to be because I don't like heights, then I'd pull myself up, you know. It's silly, but anyway, I was successful at that. Things are not going to be 100% perfect, probably the way that you have it imagined in this movie in your head. But if you face around and find out, you'd be surprised what you can actually do. Because I thought it was going to take me forever, you know, a year or more to get a pull-up. And I got it in like 4 months, maybe less. So, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still saying so. Sorry about that. Alright, I don't really, I mean, you need to be thinking about it around New Year's, but I don't really do that sort of a New Year's resolution. I think that, what is it, March 20th maybe, is the first day of spring. That's when you start your revolution. Yeah, let's use that. The sun is out, there's growth happening, you know, the green is coming back to the trees and this and that. Yeah, and you're past all of those eating holidays, and maybe just have the ability to focus on this more than you do on January 1st, you know. This year, what I want to do, I'm an extremely emotional person. I try very hard not to cry from joy, but my goal this year is to start a special needs group called Speak Life. I'm gonna write that down. No details or anything, just I know what it is. Because my daughter has autism, and I have joined so many groups. I've read every book you could ever imagine. We own every sensory tool that they have ever invented. I got practically a room full of them. The best advice I've ever gotten is from other moms. Like, they've saved me for real. And not necessarily other moms that have children that have autism, but other special needs situations. And my heart just goes out to them. I mean, when you're a special needs parent, you're like alone. You're alone in this so much. Even though I have my husband, praise God, and the divorce rate for special needs parents is like insane. I think it's 80% or something. So I'm very, very blessed that we have been through this battle together. And we've come out like we've been through a battle together, really. I mean, we're ride or die. And that's wonderful. But in my community, this is absolutely needed. I mean, at the last IEP meeting, they asked me something about Chloe, and I was like, I don't know, do you know? And they didn't know. It's like, you're supposed to be the experts and you don't know? And I can't tell you how many times I've been to the doctor's office and they're asking me stuff, and I'm like, didn't you go to school for this? Don't you know better than me? And they don't. So this is something that's absolutely needed, and I don't want to lead it, but there's nobody doing it. So for like 3 years now, I've been just feeling this tug to do this, and for some reason, the words speak life, speak to me, because there's this thing in the autism community called Autism Speaks, first off, but also they tell you to be an advocate, which I didn't understand that word for a very long time. But for me, I think of it like to vocally educate and advertise. You got to use your mouth to just let people know. Like sweet Chloe, she is very high functioning. When she was younger, she was in the hospital once for a couple times for asthma. And one time this nurse said right in front of her, she was sitting on her bed, I think, like listening to her. And she's like, well, she don't look like she has autism. Whatever that's supposed to look like. I think people think that it's supposed to look like Rain Man, which that's a very old movie. I can't think of a modern day example of someone with autism, you know. But there's all these stereotypes, and just Chloe almost meets none of them. Like, they say that people with autism don't like to look in your eyes that much. Chloe will stare. She'll take a cat, like, and she just wants to stare into its eyes. So, yeah. I think that happens a lot with, and she wasn't even diagnosed until she was in kindergarten. I think that happens a lot with girls. They just, and we were telling the doctors about the issues, and they were just like, be better parents, basically. Nothing. No help there. So that's the reason for Speak Life. Not that anyone asked, and not that it has anything to do with keto, but these kinds of things are how I lost the weight permanently. Because I could lose the weight, and I had done it before, not this much weight, but you know, some 30, 40 pounds, what have you, and it would come back every single time. I would probably lose that weight like every year or two, and then it come back, right? It comes back in the wintertime. But doing this little incremental changes, atomic habits, letting go of perfection, because all or nothing just gets you nothing. This is how you make the changes. Some people call it habit stacking. It works. It worked for me. I had to trick myself. I had to IEP myself. IHP, I guess, give myself a health plan that maybe doesn't always have to do with, you know, your bodily health, but your mental health is a big, big part of it. Like all these people taking their shots. You know, do what you gotta do. But I went through that. There's this thing called Adipex. Anybody? They were giving that ephedrine back in the day, back in the 90s and early 2000s. We done been through all that. We done drank you Slim Fast shakes, and we know what the shot's gonna do. As soon as you stop doing that, guess what? And it's gonna be worse than it was before. We'll all find out, won't we? So we got Speak Life for the year, and what the heck else do I want to do this year? Oh, we have a woodworking company. We built our own house, and I want to actually start some of the builds that I've been dreaming about, because we've been working on building up like the chicken flock that we want, and really trying to amend our garden better without tilling it and stuff. So that this year, it's time to actually like get busy with selling products because we've been working so hard. So I know that I want to build planter boxes. I'm gonna just write build. I know what that means. I want to build planter boxes and like trellises for flowers and stuff. And then the last thing that I want to do this year, let's see, what else can, oh, well, I know that we are finally going to put siding on the house. Again, with our house, let go of perfection, let go of what people think about you, because it's none of your business, and it does not matter how. Like, you guys, you're out here right now, I don't know you, I'm sharing this information with you, but if you think some type of way about me, how is that going to affect me going to sleep at night? Or me raising my children or being a good wife? Like, who cares what people think about you? And then you've got monthly goals. Like right now I'm doing Lent, I'm trying to stop smoking or vaping marijuana. It's my very last vice. And it's so true that it's the hardest one to let go of. I really thought it was going to be food, but it's been this one. I didn't let it go whenever I was losing the weight because, you know, I just use it as a crutch. And now it's like I feel the Spirit tugging me away from that, trying to say, well, you don't need this anymore. And I'm happy about that. Let's do it. Let's let it go. It served its purpose when I did need it, maybe kept me from a mental breakdown. But now, you know, my brain health and things I learned from Dr. Daniel Amen, I just think that I need to let that go. Lung health probably too. Let's see, what else? So that's monthly. I wish that I knew some way to help somebody out there, you know, in this, whenever you're obese. Oh man, the shame and guilt, I know it. Have y'all been seeing Jelly Roll out there? He said something on TikTok the other day. He said he was 550 pounds and he had to put his arm up on the wall to use the bathroom, and it was very hard for him to do that. And whenever I was over 300, see, if you've stuck with me this long, you're my true friends. You really want to know this information, right? I've never told anybody this in my life. Well, I would have to like throw my arm behind myself and hope that I chucked it hard enough that I could actually reach. Oh, that's so embarrassing. But it's the truth of the matter. That's what it's really like to be morbidly obese, and the things that you have to deal with. It's hard not to cry, but then I'm so grateful also that I went through those things, because if I wasn't being like broken down into this place where I had nothing left, like literally, even though I was in this house that I'm building with my husband, I have these beautiful kids and just everything was perfectly fine. I was absolutely falling to pieces inside, just like devastated every day and not dealing with some traumas and things. And whenever I dealt with that, then the weight started coming off. So this is really more of a mental game than it is a physical game. Please go out there and find other people that are doing what you're doing. You know, don't think that, oh, I want to run a 5K, so you're going to go out today and try to kill yourself running a 5K. No, you got to set systems, not goals. All right, you want to run a 5K? You need to start by, can you go up the driveway first? Can you walk down the road first? Can you take the stairs first? And then eventually that 5K is just going to be easy and come natural because you have daily been the person that has the ability to do that. Like, Imagine Michael Jordan. He didn't get that way just like miraculously. Daily, he was practicing. You think that he just made every single free throw or whatever it is every single time forever and always? No. It took practice. It took sucking at it, being willing to be embarrassed, being willing to continue, because that's really the success in everything. It's just that you didn't quit. You know, you didn't quit that week that you gained 5 pounds and still lost it. And you didn't quit when somebody else told you, oh, that keto thing is just a fad. And you didn't quit when you were tired and you had no motivation. Come and find people like me. I will be your motivation. I'm your rock, dude. Rooted. Let's do this. If you stayed here this long, what do you want? I mean, so you want to lose weight, but what is that weight stopping you from? What is it that you really want to do? You can do that at the same time you're losing the weight. Things will come. Blessings will come. It's not about the weight that you lose. It's about what you gain from having lost that weight. Okay? So the number doesn't matter. The direction matters. You're going towards the direction of taking care of this temple, towards the direction of changing your mindset to where you have love for yourself. Please do mirror high fives. Please, please.